Hello.
Am I supposed to go
Hello.
first? I thought you were going first.
Yeah, no, I was like, Adrian, go ahead and start.
How about you go? Because I'm going to sneeze. The
Okay.
allergies over here are so bad.
Yeah. So this very disorganized introduction to Lioness Lifestyle Live is making me smile so much because literally I'm sitting on my couch contemplating packing for my trip to Las Vegas because I leave day after tomorrow, and I'm procrastinating on packing my suitcase. And I get this message from none other than my friend Adrian, and she's like, "What are you doing? Do you want to go live?" And I was like, "Yes, I want to go live. That's going to help me not have to pack for one thing. But also, I totally miss my ladies, and it's so like I'm smiling so big to see you guys on screen, to be back here with you. But we were just talking about let's get online and tell everybody what we've been up to for the last month since we haven't had a show. So thank you so much. And then Ellie popped in too, and this is amazing.
So life got kind of hard for the three of us. It just got really, really big between, school and me starting a business and Ellie, and she has basically a daycare at her house, and it just all got really big, and health things. And so we all just kind of needed a break for a second. And towards the end there, we were like piecing each episode together, but we were kind of stressed out about it. So I think we really needed that break. And I'm sorry that we took it. We've missed you so much. Sorry, the allergies here are so bad. It looks like it's snowing outside. But I never got rid of the alerts on my calendar. And so every week it's reminded me that it's Lioness Lifestyle Live time. And this week it like really tugged at my heart how much I miss you ladies. Like, this community is the best gift ever, no matter how you are eating, even if you're not perfect. Oh, we got lots of Ellies now. And I think all of us, maybe not, have been trying other things. And so it just felt like, I don't know, it felt like I wasn't being very authentic every week. And so, but this isn't a space about perfection. It's about community and women and men and us just getting together. So I'm really excited we're here. So Ellie, how about you? Because I'm going to sneeze again.
God bless you in advance. Hey everyone, it's been so long, and just getting that text message from Adrian. She's like, hey, we're thinking about going live. And I was like, wait, what? The band's getting back together. So I already made that joke. Things have been okay. I mean, how long has it been since we've went live? Like a month, you said? I can't believe it's already been a month. It's honestly felt longer. I've been just trying to get through each day. I've been having some depression. I've been dealing with depression. I cut my hair. That has not related to the depression, just because it's healthier and my hair is curly again. And so I feel like the depression is lifting, and I started making YouTube videos again. I just posted my first video a couple of days ago that I haven't posted a long form video in 3 months. And I'm just trying to get my house decluttered and organized, and trying to do my best when it comes with food and not putting too much pressure on myself. And I really had to taper back when it came to YouTube and stuff like that, because I just felt like everything was just all uneven, and I felt really stressed out, and I felt like I wasn't like Adrian said, I wasn't being what I think represents a lioness. And so we didn't want to end the show. It was just kind of hey, let's, we're all kind of struggling here. So I think that's kind of it. I haven't turned on my brain yet, and it's 8 p.m.
Christy, are you on summer vacation yet or no?
I am totally on summer vacation. Can't you tell by the inherent glowy, smiliness, energy that's coming out of me?
What are you guys doing in Vegas?
Children. I'm sorry, what?
What are you guys doing in Vegas?
Oh, this is just an annual thing that my husband and I usually do around the end of June. June 27th is our wedding anniversary, and this year we will have been married for 27 years, you guys. 20.
Wow.
Yeah. And so we started off going to Vegas around this time because when we were first married, we had no money and Vegas used to be really cheap.
Mhm.
Close. It's close too, so that you can just, for us, we can just drive, so it was used to be inexpensive and we can just drive there. It's like definitely not cheap anymore. It's expensive, but it's just this tradition that we do kind of around our anniversary. And we don't gamble or anything like that, but we're going to hit a Brazilian steakhouse. We're going to hit my husband's favorite Mexican restaurant where they do make, surprisingly enough, a delicious ribeye, which I'll be enjoying. And then we usually go see a show. There's a UFC thing going on out there while we're there, which is my husband's thing, not mine. So I'll be doing a spa day while he goes and does his,
Ooh.
I don't know, fighting thing. So yeah, it's overall, it's just going to be a relaxing time. That's just kind of the gist of what we do when we go out there. So it's just
It's a fighting thing. Does he go see Chris Blanken? There's a guy running for Congress that is
Chris
part of Franlin. Does he go watch him? Because he goes every weekend and fights and stuff.
I have no idea. I'll have to bring up that name to him. I know there's a Las Vegas meetup, but it's going to be like 2 or 3 weeks after we're there. So I'm not going to head back out there, but he's doing a meetup out there. Just a couple weeks. We're just going to miss it. So of course my husband timed the trip because of the UFC fight, not because of any meetups, which may or may not be happening, because he plans the trip, not me. So yeah, I'm excited to go and just kind of get away from everything for a few days. It'll be nice.
Hey, Ellie, I hope you're not offended. When we were setting this up, we weren't sure if you were coming. We wanted to draw the audience in since we didn't give anybody any notice. So we just grabbed a couple channels. Sorry. We'd have grabbed yours, but we got to up that stupid subscription thing for $1,000.
I know, right?
But
I'm just glad to be here.
We're grateful for anybody that will come hang out with us, have some community. Ellie, being a lioness is way more than about what you eat. It's about being a strong woman. It's sometimes about being a strong mother, which we all are. So, whether or not you added back watermelon, you are still a lioness. I kind of want to Google, do lionesses eat watermelon? Do they ever eat plants?
I don't know.
I'm chat GPTing it. You guys use chat yet?
Do it. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It's
Totally.
it's my therapist and my PR. It's everything. I'm just always talking to ChatGPT.
Yeah, I'll go look. One thing I've been looking into, and I hate to even bring this up, but like the reason I've been playing a little bit with other things is because I think that obviously there's millions of people who are successful on a carnivore diet. I find the carnivore diet to be incredibly doable. I mean, we've been doing it for years. It's not that it's not maintainable, but for some people who have adrenals in the tank, we are seeing some people's thyroid and hormones go down, and mine did go down about 10 months in. So I'm just wondering if for people who have low adrenals, if giving quick energy through whole foods like fruit, from my research, not necessarily starches, but maybe fruit, it could maybe raise the adrenals a little. So that's what I'm playing with right now. And I know the carnivores are like, it's not needed. I get it. It's not the nutrients. It's the quick energy, the adrenals, and the hormones that I'm looking into.
Yeah. I mean, I've noticed that too, Adrian, in your content. For me, I'm just sticking with what's been working for me very well for the last 2 years, which is just basically pretty strict carnivore. But I currently have coffee and the Coco Loco electrolytes, which I know is I know it's so good in the coffee. And those are probably my only two. They do the Coco Loco by Keto Chow. They do have sweetened with stevia. Other than that, though, I'm pretty still strict carnivore with dairy, but like low amounts of dairy. Mostly heavy cream in my coffee and cheese, like super occasionally, but mostly beef and eggs.
Before we all go into that one more second, because Ellie, I want you to tell us too how that's going. I just want to take a second, because this is about community, to congratulate Karen Miles, because she has hit 10,000 followers on Instagram. And that is such a milestone. I don't know if you've ever hung out with Karen, but she works it every day. She's so authentic and amazing. And if the 14 people who are watching this or anybody in the replay, you've got to go watch Karen. It will make your day every day. It will remind you every morning to make it a great day and remind you of great recipes. And she's all about community too. So it's just such a blessing to have her. And I'm not even shocked 10,000 people are following her. I've been following her for years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Ellie, go ahead and tell us what have you guys been doing? How's the family been? How's your husband been?
Sure, thanks. I'm so out of practice with this, so I feel like my introvert is like showing. I'm like, how do I? Okay, anyway, how things have been going. I have been trying to just stick to whole foods, if I'm being honest. I'm trying to stay away from highly processed foods because I just feel like I've tried several times to go back on carnivore, and I know there's an adaptation phase, and I kind of got out of it. But I kept finding that my weight kept going up. It kept going up, and I felt like my energy was tanking. And it just seems like, and I'm just being honest, it just seems like after my miscarriages, my hormones are just all over the place. Like, I have been, like I said earlier, been struggling with like depression and stuff. So I'm just trying to make myself happy. And I'm trying not to think of food as like just something that's just going to get me through the day. I've been enjoying cooking. I've been enjoying like trying different flavors of things. And I'm trying to figure out the root cause of my past of volume eating and some binge eating. Trying to figure out where that really comes from, because there's obviously a trigger, and there's an emotional heart to it. And so I feel like I'm doing a lot of deep diving. I feel like that's kind of like been my whole journey since I found carnivore. I do feel overall my best when I eat majority of meat, but I've also been enjoying other things. So that's kind of how that's been. My husband is still like super meat based, also leaning, he'll go off plan a little bit, but he's still kind of kicking with it. And my kids, they've been really great. I feel like we're really like overcoming a lot of the hard things. Just recently, last weekend, we visited some friends that came into town. And they had a big pool, and so my kids were wearing floaties, and they were like swimming on their own and having like a fun time. And I was able to sit with the adults. They were barbecuing, and I was able to like just like watch them, and they were like safe. I feel like we're finally getting out of the baby stage, and it's like that's kind of sad at the same time, but it's like I feel like they're able to do more. They're more capable, and it's like I'm really excited about the next phase. Like, it's not just all like dirty diapers and stuff. Like earlier, my son just came in and said, I want pee pee and poo poo in the toilet. Like, that's amazing. I'm just like full mom mode right now. So that's kind of, I'm just celebrating all the small wins and just trying to get my life back in order after so much tragedy. I feel like just too much,
Mm-hmm. Christy, is your youngest, is he going to be a junior this year? Did he pass?
So many questions, so much to say. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, my youngest son, Zach, went carnivore at the age of 15, a little over a year ago, I guess almost a year and a half now ago, because it was February of 2023. And he is still going strong. He was recently asked by an aunt in our family, does he think like once he is out of, mom and dad's house, if he'll continue eating this way? And similar to when I first asked him if he would try it for 30 days, which is how we started. And he really thought, he paused and he thought about it before he answered me. He kind of did the same thing. And he was like, well, 10 years is a really long time. And then he said, but honestly, I think I will still be eating this way. So, for sure, it is helping his ADHD symptoms. He is feeling good and most recently at a family birthday party, because we're the only two carnivores. Everyone else just eats pretty much whatever. A bunch of cousins were there and, so it was a birthday party. So there was all kinds of desserts available. And a birthday cake and things of that nature. So they were sitting together like around the kid table, the cousin table. over there, and every single person at that table had a dessert, including his brother, his older brother, and he was just sitting there without a dessert and perfectly happy. Like, didn't ask, didn't bring anything, because I do make him these speaking of keto, hi, just Jason Keto, I have a keto cookie recipe which was the dessert we started on, and he used to have like one every day for the first few months, and then it was like one every week, and then it was, and now I don't even know when the last time was he had one. So like sometimes he'll bring those, but he didn't ask to bring those. He didn't lament the fact that he didn't have it with him or that he forgot to bring it. Nothing. He was just sitting there happy as could be with his cousins, not having dessert while they were all eating cake and ice cream and whatever. It was really neat to see that, and him not feeling deprived, just happy with his, burger patties with cheese that we had barbecued. And so that was super cool. So he's definitely feeling better. He's way more laid back and easygoing about things. He doesn't throw tantrums or fits or meltdowns anymore. When you butt heads with him, as a teenager and parent will do, because he is now 16, he doesn't just agree all the time, but he also doesn't lose his mind, flip out, call me names, flop on the floor. Like, it's just like a normal disagreement. It's very just way easier at my house in general. So with all of that being said, though, the one thing that carnivore has not helped with is his grades. So my son is very intelligent. If you've heard me talk about this before, when he was first, we did a full psychoeducational testing on him when at one point evaluating him during elementary school, and he had an IQ test as a part of that. And his IQ was, well above normal and things like that. So he's very intelligent. He reads well above grade level, all of that stuff. But he just cannot, will not, and does not do assignments. So when it comes time to, do this worksheet or watch this video, answer these questions, or read this book and write this essay or whatever, he doesn't have that thing that says, I need to do this because my teacher told me to do it. He just won't do it. So this year he had teachers that were because every teacher, he's in high school, he was a sophomore this year. Every teacher grades a little differently, right? So like some teachers are heavy on classwork, and a lot of his teachers were heavy on classwork. I think that his counselor thought that would be easier. Actually, this is the kid who will get an A+ on a test that did not do any of the work. But these particular teachers only weight tests at like 20% of the grade. So he was like acing all the tests, but still failed the classes because he just doesn't do the work. And it doesn't matter. It's funny because, these teachers are doing their level best. I do not blame the teachers. It's my son. He's not fulfilling his contractual obligations as a high school student, right? But they email me, and, a lot of times that helps. I'm like, trust me, I know, I see his grade. We talk every day, and he just kind of shines me on. However, he is not in summer school, so he did fail 3 of his classes. He's not in summer school because they don't have space. So due to budget cuts, the summer school has been pared way back, and there are kids that are actually in worse shape as far as heading to graduation than my son. So he does not have a seat. So he will be doing, the makeup work online. They have like online classes, but I don't really know how that's going to go. He's never had to do that before, and I can't imagine that he's going to do that work when he doesn't do the other work. He really just needs to take a test, and test out of some of this stuff. I that's not really an option, but he would probably do great if that was an option. So that's the one thing. He's very he just won't, put one foot in front of the other and just the daily grind of like doing the assignments. He just won't do it, but he'll go and ace a test. So that's how that's going. I don't know so yes, he'll be a junior technically, but he'll have some classes he'll have to make up. So I don't know if they're going to take band away because he's in band, but it's like, that's a class. I don't know if they're going to take that away and make him take like 2 English classes at the same time. I don't know what, but anyway, that's kind of what's going on with that. So at home, he's doing great. He's still eating pretty much full carnivore, even like the stuff that he was doing, like those pizza pockets that were ketovore. He doesn't make those anymore. Like all the ingredients are in there. He just doesn't do it. He goes for the chuck roast or the chicken thighs or whatever. So he loves eating the carnivore way. His attitude is much better. He's still more social, all those things. You know, the improvements that we saw are going strong. I don't know what's going to happen with high school though. So we're kind of in I don't know, a wait and see, I guess. It's going to be up to him.
You're the teacher, so you know. Can he just like GED this, or is that bad?
So I'm an elementary teacher, so I don't know if that's bad. I cannot imagine, similar to my older son who tried junior college and that was like a no-go. I really think Zach is going to finish high school and then he's going to need to go and get some kind of a job. I was just having lunch with my aunt. We have lunch regularly, and she is like a web designer. And so she's in the computer field, which is what Zach is very interested in and also very good at. And so she was saying, like, you can get in, even if it's as an unpaid intern at the beginning, like you can get in, and once you have your foot in the door, you're golden. So that's kind of what she was telling me. And she's here in Southern California with us. So, I mean, she's in, in this area. So that's kind of what she was saying. So, we'll see. Hopefully he'll be, and with the GED, I don't know if they would hire him, or, if he had a GED versus a high school diploma. He probably could, but I just don't even know what that option is. I would need to look into that. I've thought of, because, there's like online high school, but I think for him, it's important to like get him out of his room, because he is a computer person and he would be totally happy sitting there at the computer. That would make him just doing code or whatever, like, and so for right now, it's like the time that he has left in high school is what kind of gets him out of the house, gets him around his peers. And he's, he'll be turning 17 in a few months. I still think that's important. So we'll see.
I was just going to say that there's a lot of certificates for IT that are comparable to a 2-year degree, or some even a 4-year college degree, like an A+ or Security Plus. I would look into those kind of certificates, because if he can study and ace a test, then that would probably be a good route for him.
Yeah, I know you had said that before. I need to look into what those are and what might be helpful for him. But absolutely, he can study and ace a test, and especially when it's something he's, more interested in. I know he's not going to go for like a tech degree, because that includes a lot of math, and he had no interest in algebra 2. Like, he just didn't do it. Like, no.
My David is obsessed with math. He's really good at it, and he's ahead. He's going into 9th grade, but is he doing algebra 2? He's doing something. Wow. He's ahead. And he's loving that. But he's also the computer guy, and we can't really get him out. We had signed him up for summer school, and I signed him up for math, but his dad actually, it's a long story. His dad took him out of math and put him in to this athletic program, which is where in our city, you know how you can't train outside of a season for sports? Well, they're getting around that by creating summer school athletic programs. So it's an athletic program for the athletes. And my ex-husband put my son in that, and he's very conscious of his body, because he's really, really struggling. My guy's really struggling. So he's really conscious, and you throw him in with these like buff guys doing their, he just had a nervous breakdown every day. So the bad news is that didn't work out. The good news is that since starting my business, I've been struggling to get to the gym because I work all day. I never stop. But our muscle is so important. It's always been important to me. It's not even just wanting to look good. It's also so good for your blood sugar. It's good for your brain. It's good for everything. And so, you know what? This is just forcing me to go to the gym with David. So this week I talked to my group, because I have a group, and I was telling them, here's my commitments for the week. We're going to go weightlifting 2 times this week. We are going to go for at least 1 long walk. And I committed to going back to just meet maybe until 4th of July, because I'm going to the Montana meetup with Steak and Butter Gang. Yeah. And some of the things I've tried, they've been fine, but I do feel a little puffier, which I don't feel right now because I have been 2 days meat again. And so it is frustrating that things besides meat do still give me a little bit of inflammation. It's nothing like it used to be, but it still happens. And I just feel cleaner if I just stick to meat. Like, I feel less inflamed. I don't know. Yeah, but I kind of have this theory, and it's probably wrong. It's a total made up theory that your pancreas is a muscle, just like our gallbladder is a muscle. And if we're not using it, in all the ways that we could it be getting weaker? And I've always blamed my hypoglycemia on my surgery, but I somewhat wonder if it's actually because I have been almost zero carb for 11 years. Like before I even went carnivore, my carbs were so low. I hadn't eaten starches in years and years, even before carnivore. And so I just wonder if, I don't know, I wonder if I need to work that pancreas. Yeah.
That's a really interesting idea. I never even thought about it that way before.
I got this because some of my group members have reactive hypoglycemia and they didn't have it before carnivore.
Interesting.
Could it just be that they have insulin resistance? Could be. Like you know how so many things get blamed on the diet when in reality it was pre-existing and it just continued to progress. But we look and we go, oh, it's because you're eating so much meat. Like it's so easy to blame that. It's easy to blame the peptides. It's easy to blame something when it was actually brewing underneath and you just weren't getting to why it's happening. And Gail says it could be from SIRS. I mean, I joined a reactive hypoglycemia group and we all have very similar symptoms. I wonder if just like so many people go to the carnivore community and there's many different reasons why, like there's different populations, one of them being chronic inflammation. And I wonder how many people have had gastric bypass or bariatric surgery because their weight was out of control because they had SIRS. And then the surgery definitely didn't cure SIRS. It definitely makes it worse anytime we do any surgeries. Like this isn't bad. I would love to get rid of, this isn't bad. My legs are the bad spot. The legs are not pretty. But I just worry any surgery in my case is probably not going to go well with my immune system.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you that as soon as I'm going a little bit off topic, but as soon as I stopped teaching, so June 8th, I think, was our last day. And within that first week, 5 pounds just kind of, so stress definitely plays a role. I've definitely just lost 5 pounds very quickly. And I didn't change anything that, like I said, my carnivore's been pretty much consistent. But in terms of the hypoglycemia, I used to get lightheaded and things like that. I don't anymore. So I used to get that hangry, I'm hungry, whoa, I'm woozy, and now I don't get that way anymore. So that for me, that's been a plus of eating carnivore because it literally never happens. And it used to happen all the time. I'd have to sit down, because I was so lightheaded. Hungry would equal lightheaded, for me.
Yeah. So your blood sugar was low and it was telling you got to eat right now.
Got to eat right now or you're going to pass out. Yeah. And so now it's I get hungry, but I don't get that. Even if I ignore it, I might get a headache. I've tried fasting for if I fast for more than, 20, 22 hours, I'll start to get a headache, but I won't get dizzy and lightheaded, like that.
Are you doing any fasting recently?
I've been doing a lot of OMADs recently. And that's been easier for me to do. But I think it's because I'm not teaching. So when I'm teaching and there's all that extra stuff and stress and whatever, that makes it harder. But I haven't fasted for more than 24 hours. But the OMADs, I'm in a season right now where the OMADs just seem, easier. I don't feel I just have to have that second meal. I had bacon and eggs for breakfast and I haven't eaten anything. And now it's so late in the day, I probably won't. I don't feel hungry.
You know what I've eaten today?
What?
This is so lazy. I cooked burger patties last night before bed. And so I just heated 2 up for breakfast and 2 up for lunch. And it was just easy and it feels good. Easy and good. We have 2 cows because we moved out of our house that had the issues that was making us sick. And we totally forgot about the cow. And then we bought another one last year and half cows. Sorry, we have 2 halves. So we have a whole. And
Okay.
it doesn't appear to be freezer burnt. So I feel like as long as it's not freezer burnt or brown or green, I feel like we're good, right?
Yeah,
So
I would eat it. I would let it thaw and then do the sniff test. And if it doesn't look freezer burnt and it smells good, I would totally eat it. I agree here with Susie. Nothing wrong with burger patty only meals. I totally agree. Zach is getting into burger patties too now. He used to not like them, and now, like I told him, because we're going, so I'm going to cook him like a chuck roast, and I told him I would cook him some burger patties and leave them in the fridge for him, and he was like, okay, like because the kids
it's
are
just
not
so
coming with us.
easy.
Yeah, it's so easy, and for me, that's easy. Something easy that that he can eat and anytime, and we both really like them. So if I don't have any picanha or chuck roast ready to go, then I can just throw the burger patties in there, and it is easy. Shelby is feeling frustrated, Adrian. She said, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes in 2020 and have kept it under control with whole food keto, then carnivore. Then my blood sugar got to 140 in the AM. So frustrated.
I work with a lot of people who carnivore did not heal their diabetes. And some people obviously feel so much better. I don't know if it's because they were SAD first, they were standard American diet. So it really was the food that was bothering them. But some people who were keto first and then went carnivore, it's just your hormones need more love. Your hormones need more. And I would definitely work with someone. You could contact me at radicallyhealthy.com. We have a free community and a paid community, and there's some tools we can help you find. And obviously our tools, most of the tools you actually go to a practitioner. But we have some practitioners to send you to. Ellie just sent me a message.
I know her connection was bad.
It says, oh, she's restarting her computer.
Okay, cool.
Lionesses do not eat fruit, by the way.
Say that again?
Lionesses entirely eat meat. They do not eat fruit.
Yeah.
They might chew on some grass just to aid in digestion.
There you go.
But
so
primarily
I'm going
meat.
off topic again, but I thought it was funny because my cat Pixel, who was here before the stream, and now I don't know where she went. But when I let her out in the backyard, she goes and like munches on the grass too, and I got so much hate for showing that. I thought I was funny. I said my cat is a ketovore. She's like munching on the grass. But I got so much hate. Like, they only do that when they're stressed. She needs to go to the vet. I'm like, I don't think so. But I've heard that they do like to eat the grass to aid in digestion as well. And anyway, so yes, I think that lionesses might do that.
I don't know if, Gail, do we message each other? I don't know if we do. But I have been frustrated with the SIRS thing. They tested me for Lyme. So first of all, we moved into this house that doesn't have water damage, and Porter had gotten better, and then he completely reverted to being like, I don't know how to explain this, because when you see him, you'll think you just need to be a better parent. But really his body is just completely out of control. And for me to be a better parent is literally a full-time job, trying to keep his body in control. But what he hears when you are redirect, eventually it gets to him. Nobody likes me, and so it's a really tough, yes, I would like to help his behavior, but also I can see he's out of control. A lot of what he's doing lately is a lot of humming and punching. It's like all day long, humming and punching. So we were going down the line, but it turned out the physician I'm working with, who's remarkable, by the way, this is not me speaking bad of him. I think he's wonderful and he's so intelligent. He understands all the body, but he's newer to the Lyme, and we didn't do the Lyme test right. You're supposed to drink something like herbs to get those guys moving and then take the test. And I just went and took it, but those guys hide, of course. So they're not coming out to play. You take a test, of course, it's going to be negative. David came back black and white. He has multiple tick-borne illnesses. And I don't know if you guys know, but you can get Lyme from more than ticks. You can get them from fleas, lice, cats. There's more that you can get Lyme from than, I'm not trying to freak you out. I'm just like, and people are like checking it off their list. Well, I've never been bit by a tick. Well, unfortunately, we have 8 years ago, 10 years ago, the kids came home from daycare with the lice. It was like the worst time of my entire life. Hey.
Can I speak to this lice issue? Because it used to be at school and stuff, like if the kid came to school with lice, we would send them to the health office. They would, inspect the head and send that kid home. They are now, in California anyway, allowed to be at school with lice.
What?
You heard me. Yep. Isn't that the grossest thing you've ever heard? And I'm telling you right now, I haven't had any in my class, but if someone in my class has lice, I'm calling us up.
Calling sick.
I will be sick. Yes.
When we got it, I had a nervous breakdown. I was a single mom and I caught it too. And there was nobody to comb through my hair. And I was crying because I thought I was going to have to shave my head. And a very good friend of mine who is a teacher, she said, I'll be brave. And I'm like, thank you. And she combed my hair in the garage. Pray forever. That woman will be in my heart.
Yeah, I was like,
can't believe that.
Comments. I find it gross too. And all of the teachers are like, what? Again, this is not a teacher decision. Most of the things that happen in schools that seem not right are not teacher decisions. It's decided on by people that are not in the classroom, right? And don't have to deal with lice or whatever the decision is about. But yeah. I don't know. Jay's here. Hi, Jay. Jay, let us know in the comments. Do they allow kids with lice where you teach? Because he's been a teacher for longer than I have. I found out the other day. Yeah, not cool. So, Ellie, that color does look really good on you. Somebody was asking about your outfit of the day, but I wanted to put up Karen's comment, speaking to what we were talking about a few minutes ago. So I was keto first, then carnivore. My hormones have tanked the last few months, plus gained 10 pounds. I'm having a hard time with, I think, what is my sex hormones. I think I'm in like perimenopause now. I'm 49. If you hadn't heard, if you didn't know about this, I did have a partial hysterectomy back in 2020. So I don't have a period. I still have my ovaries, right? But I don't have a period every month. So I don't know. I don't have that like signal, like, am I having irregular periods? I have no idea. But I think, and then the last time I was at my doctor, I asked to have my hormones tested and I was not specific. Like my new doctor is great and she will test anything I want, similar to Adrienne, not throwing my doctor under the bus. She's awesome. But I didn't specify. Like, I didn't know there was other hormones. Besides, I was thinking like estrogen, testosterone, progesterone. I'm thinking I want those tested. And she tested some other things that I have never heard of before. Having to do with like ovulation and stuff. And I was like, that's not what I wanted to know. And then since then, I've been getting what I think are like occasional hot flashes. So that's new. And so I'm considering having those hormones, the actual sex hormones tested and checking into that. Because I'm wondering if that hasn't been affecting, some of this issue of this like 10, now it's like 10 pounds. Cause like I said, summer vacation started and 5 pounds just fell off me within the first week, which obviously wasn't fat, but was just inflammation that I was holding on to probably because of stress. But yes, that is something that I'm thinking maybe is playing a role, and especially now because of the hot flashes. And I don't know what they feel like, you guys. My mom was like, oh, I had a couple, and it's been so long for her. But for me, it's like my face, like my whole face just gets randomly hot and kind of sweaty just out of nowhere. And it just happens a few times a day. So I'm like, maybe those are hot flashes because that's never happened to me before. So anyways, I don't know, Adrienne, I wanted to ask you, because I know you were doing some hormones, like some bioident, I think progesterone cream, I think is what you were doing. Are you still doing it, or what's going on with that?
Oh yeah, baby. Oh my gosh. Before working with my hormone lady, it was dead down there. And it is back alive, baby. And I don't know if it's ever been alive. Like, this has been an issue my whole life, which I didn't really care because I've been overweight my whole life. And so it was like, maybe it's because I don't like my body. Maybe that's why that area is dead. But no, it turned out it's been hormone issues for a long time. And I've looked back on my labs because they ran things. And my hormones and thyroids have been in the tank since I was ever tested. And so we have in our group at Radically Healthy, we have a practitioner we work with. She is amazing. She's a fraction of the cost of Amy Horniman, who's phenomenal at this stuff. But she has the same WorldLink A4M training, and she's amazing. So she's actually we have a free call on July 11th if anybody is interested in learning about this with her. And I've been asking her a lot of questions because some people, everybody's going to their doctor for help, and the doctors are so uneducated on this. So uneducated. They don't even know what tests to run. They pretty much think everything is normal. I hate the word perimenopause because to me, that is just gaslighting us that hormone disruption is normal. Like your mom only had a couple hot flashes. We've got women in our community who've been having hot flashes for 8 years. That is not normal. So she tests you and talks to you about your symptoms too. And it can take some time with different hormones to figure out what works right for you. We currently I did a testosterone experiment like 5 months ago, and it gave me hypoglycemia. And we just tried it again, and it didn't give me hypoglycemia. So I think we're on to something. I've tried some estradiol cream, but we kind of took that away because people who have histamine issues and are under 50 can sometimes struggle with the estradiol cream. So I'm not giving up on it, but it's not what we're playing with right now. But everybody is so different. There isn't except I feel like most of our population is progesterone deficient. Like if you have the cringies where the kids coming near you and saying, "Hi, mom," makes you want to throat punch your own children, you're probably low progesterone.
What's something to say about that?
I'm cracking up because I totally remember feeling that way when they were little. Like, mom, 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 mom. It felt like that to me. Like, no, if I hear mom,
or like if somebody eats something that has any crunch to it all next to you, you're like, but when your hormones are optimized, they can crunch all day long and you're like, hey, you want some more?
Mm-hmm.
Adrian not optimized. The ex-husband, Adrian optimized. Why did I leave that guy? No, I'm just kidding. That was a joke. It's not that good. But it brings you, carnivore brought a level of zen, but then 10 months in, my hormones crashed and the zen was gone and the cringies came in. The cringies. You had the progesterone and that zen kind of comes back.
Yeah.
I think a lot of women need some hormones.
Yeah, after my miscarriages, I feel it, and I think it's all related to progesterone, like just not having enough, because that's what the doctor had said to me. And so, I feel like my hormones have been so out of whack, and plus I have lipedema, as you know. So I feel like I have too much estrogen, not enough progesterone, and I've been just like this with my emotions. I feel like I'm I woke up from a nap today, which, wow, I had a nap today because both kids fell asleep. And I was just I'm going to rip someone's hair off. Don't look at me. I'm going to wash the dishes. Don't order any food. I'm going to cook and clean. And I was just so fight or flight, right? Mama bear woke up and wanted to rip everyone's head off. And so I've been trying to do some research, and I'm going to try and I know some people's opinions about supplements, but I definitely want to try. I was doing some research and I found out something called maca root, which apparently can help with hormonal balance, and especially if I'm having the issues with estrogen and progesterone. And so I've just started taking it, and maybe it'll help my mood and my energy. I think probably the best thing to do would just be to go to the doctor and actually get it tested, but yeah, I'm too lazy for that.
No, and here's the problem when you go to that doctor, even if they will give you bioidentical hormones, because they're usually pushing synthetic, and that is actually going to make things worse. And that's pretty much all that they know about. And they think bioidentical is like woo woo, which is like, how can you tell me something that matches my body is woo woo? But even if you can get someone locally allopathic medicine to give you bioidentical hormones, they'll only give you baby doses. And usually to get you into an optimal range, you need more. Hey, Mike. We're glad you made it because we gave you no warning. Yeah, so I wish that there was like a GoFundMe for everyone to see my Emily because she's pretty amazing. I'll give you one thing though. I don't know if this is going to change it for everyone, but one thing that changed everything for me was DHEA cream, and you can actually get it on Amazon. And it like what DHEA is, I guess, is a precursor to the rest of the hormones. And so by putting that cream down, it will grab your natural hormones and migrate them back to where they belong. And it is made, and it's a very natural feel of how normal it's made it feel down there for the first time in. I have lichen sclerosis, which is not something we should publicly talk about. But it makes it really awful down there. And this has been amazing actually for that. The previous treatment, first of all, they thought it was fungus and bacteria for the longest time. So they're throwing fungals, bacteria, or antibiotics at me, and it's making everything worse. It's not getting better. Finally, they figured out it was autoimmune, and they gave me steroids, which definitely helped. But we'd all prefer to go a more natural route. So DHEA cream has been amazing for that. So just throwing that out there. It's in a pink tube if anybody needs to bring life back to their lady. I'm sorry. This isn't what this show's about. I'm sorry.
You came just in time. Where's the
Mike came just in time. We weren't talking about this before.
Banner?
Just for you.
I forgot about banners. Oh, geez. I'm so out of it.
TikTok, there you go. Michael, just say it, and then we can just put it up.
It's not on the banner list.
Oh,
I have to
remake it because
I'm gonna remake it.
That was a good one.
DHEA is a vitamin, so I feel this isn't weird to just show. It's this pink one, you guys, okay? It's DHEA cream. And you can get it right on Amazon. And it might change your life like it changed mine. Who knows?
That's pretty cool.
Oh, and now we have Ronnie, and he's a lion.
Oh, thanks, Ronnie. This is fantastic. Hey, this reminds me. This late in the show, should I do the roar of the week?
Yes.
Roar of the week, and then we got to gabbing. Yeah, we're a little rusty, and we decided to just hop on. But hey, let's do this week's roar of the week. I don't know if she's still watching, but Amy was watching earlier, and this is just a little snippet from a clip that she left, just saying, I love this show. And Amy, we love this show too, which is why we impromptu decided it's time to get the Lionesses back together. So thank you so much. We don't know when we're going to go live again, but hey, drop us a comment, because whenever we do, we pick one to shout out. And so next time we go live, we'll pick one and we'll shout it out on the show. We just love our roars of the week.
What I would love to know in the comments is, do you like it when us ladies talk and it becomes a community thing, or we chat with the messages and stuff like that? Or do you guys miss the guests? And is there a guest you want us to have back on or on for the first time? Let us know.
Yeah, let us know if there's a guest you would like to have. I've reached out to, we did the show pretty consistently every single week for over a year, you guys. We've had more than 50 guests. We've reached out to a lot of fellow lionesses in the carnivore space, keto space. So if you can think of anybody that you'd love to see, we'll try to reach out to them and let us know.
Become friends with people. I became friends with people because they came on this show. I don't know about you guys, like real life friends, like Jenny Middich. I love Jenny.
I love Jenny. Yeah, she's great. I met her at Hack Your Health last year, and I was so just amazed at just how down to earth. Like, I was fangirling big time. Ellie is the one who introduced me to Jenny Middich when we first started Lioness Lifestyle Live up. And then I saw her and, just I would, watch her channel and then saw her in real life and was like, it's Jenny Mitch. And she was just so nice and down to earth and so just really cool. So yes, I love Jenny too. She's a real person. If I message her, she'll message me back.
I really got to know her at Meatstock, and she's more remarkable than you guys even know. Like, you can tell she's a remarkable human, the way that she shares, the way that she helps people, the way that she produces things. But behind the scenes, she's phenomenal. Like, but that's so many people, which is why I'm so glad we did this, because community, I love the meat. I love the meat. I love the mental help. I love, so many things about it, but the community has to be the butter on top of the steak. Bump.
That's a good way to think about it.
We're having a few suggestions here, so I'm going to pop them up. Gail would like to see JC Gregory. And
like JC Lady Carnivory. You have to speak in. You have to speak in Instagram speak.
Yeah, we had JC on.
We did have her on, but maybe Gail would like to see her again. Or Gail, if you haven't seen that episode, go dig it up.
Maybe we should have Gail on, because this is definitely my Gail. It's just her name is different here than it is there. This is totally my Gail. You're my Gail, right? I'm not going to say your last name because you don't have it up here.
Karen is saying, I like the chats, particular topics. Guests are great too. Would just love to have you back. So Karen is open for all of it. And Ricky is suggesting a lion, Aaron Kilby.
Oh yeah, Aaron.
Oh.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do we know him? The Kilbys? What do we know him from?
Like that. The Kilby Life, I think, is his channel. I want to say.
Isn't he huge?
Yeah, he's a pretty big channel.
I've watched a few of his
videos. Some huge people, so of course he would want to come on our show.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah,
I haven't had is Kelly Hogan.
I messaged her, but she didn't answer back. She's a busy lady, you guys.
She gets so many requests, and she's really big into the family when she's not doing her meetings.
Did any of you? I'm changing the subject again. This is like what I'm here to do today, apparently. Did anybody let us know in the comments, or did you, my two ladies here, did any of you watch the Animal documentary that came out?
Oh, no? I haven't seen that yet. Where is that? Is it streaming?
So it's streaming on Prime Video, but it's not free. It's like $4.99 though, if you want to.
Where is it streaming?
Prime Video, Amazon.
Oh,
it's not free. Just like if you have Amazon Prime, it's not free. You have to like rent it. It's $4.99 though. I rented it because I was curious.
What'd you think of it?
It was actually very well done. I know they didn't have like a big budget or anything. It was just done like on a shoestring almost. And so, but all the, Dr. Barry and Dr. Chafee, who we've had on Lioness Lifestyle Live, and Dr. Kiltz, who we've also had on Lioness Lifestyle Live, did a lot of the talking, but also Bella, Steak and Butter Girl Bella,
Judy Cho.
There's like a lot of people.
Sally Norton.
Sally Norton. So yeah, it was really well done, and hopefully, I think it hit like the #1 documentary in America, like right shortly after it came out, which is super cool. So hopefully, people besides just us who already kind of know about carnivore, hopefully other people are discovering what it can do for you. It's very it's kind of like when I first learned about carnivore, it's like all that initial stuff that you're like, wait a minute, like we're not necessarily designed to eat plants. And it kind of deals with the, people that say, well, we should really eat vegetarian and stuff like that. It gets into that aspect and why that's not true. It talks about the different health benefits, how raising cows, is not actually bad for the environment if you do it regeneratively. How there's a lot more land for grazing cattle than there is for farming crops. How monocropping just like is killing everything in the soil, but like, raising ruminants is actually helping that and making it better. So a lot of things like that. So everything from like the health benefits through like the environmental impact. I thought it was pretty well done, and it was kind of fun to see people that I've actually spoken to, like not in real life too at Hack Your Health, but it was kind of fun to see them.
I'm excited to see Healing Humanity. I mean, their meetups are the best.
Yes, there's been, and recently, and shows how I've been out of YouTube, because there was a meetup that Carnivore Doctor did in Palm Springs, and I missed it, and I was like,
I was wondering if you were going
or that way. I didn't know what was happening. I just saw people posting after the fact, like Courtney Luna was there, because it's further for her to go to Palm Springs than for me. I'm like,
yeah,
dang it. Yeah, that's what I get.
I don't think my friend Cheryl went either.
Yeah, out of the loop.
Hey, can I throw a few plugs to just be pluggy? If you guys are bored at 6 a.m. Eastern time on Friday, I will be going on with Dr. Kiltz to discuss what's up with these GLP-1s. And that should be kind of juicy, because do we think Kiltz is on board? I've had several conversations with him, but I'm interested to see where the conversation goes, because as we know, Kiltz is very, very, very pro carnivore, that in the right circumstances, it can help so many things, so it'll be a fun conversation. So that's 6 a.m. So long as I don't sleep through my alarm again, because that's 5 a.m. my time, which means I'm getting up at 4 a.m.
Oh no.
Yeah, but because I was supposed to be on last week and I slept through it. Another thing, if anybody is in the Orlando area, a very affordable meetup is called Champions for Health, and yours truly is a speaker.
That's amazing.
So if you guys aren't doing anything, Champions for Health, you use code RH and you'll save 10% on the already super cheap ticket.
Where is that going to be? I'm sorry, I was answering Gail, and I heard you say Champions for Health, but where is it?
It's in Orlando, and it is July 31st through August 3rd or 4th. And there's Maria Emmerich, Ben Azadi, Two Crazy Ketos, Adrian Gledhill.
Wow.
More people,
If you're going to be there with Two Crazy Ketos, then you need to get Rachel over here, because she didn't way back when. She was the first kind of big channel I asked, and I got a big fat no. It was quite sad. I was like, it broke my little heart. But then I asked Anita, a ketogenic woman, and she said yes. So that was all good.
I recently got to meet Anita, and she is like, my heart is pounding just saying the name Anita. She is exactly in real life as you hope and dream she is. She's just, you just want to hug her. It's kind of like kissing a baby's forehead. She's just so precious. I love Anita. She's just like the nicest woman. And she's genuinely shocked, like how big her channel got. And it's like, no, it's because you're amazing. And we all love you. She's just, Anita.
We were just emailing the other day, and she was saying she's finally retired, because she was telling me for like a year, like, I'm going to retire, like from her like day job, And
what's her day job?
And then something with like accounting or money or something. I was like, wow. Anyway, but and then it was like, well, I can't leave yet because this and that, and so it took her. It was like, I'm going to retire, but then it was like a long, slow process. But she's finally like out of there and just doing YouTube full time, which she is, very happy to be doing. She agreed to come on my channel this summer, but we haven't nailed down a date. So I'm hoping I need to contact her again, because I know she's very busy. She's not gonna contact me.
A weird black blob in the corner, or was that always there?
So they have this thing where they show comments on the stage. I want everyone to type a comment so that let's see if it works and pops up.
Yeah, it's like
I'm just being a button pusher.
It's in beta mode though, and that always annoys me. Some other content creators Ellie is the button pusher. We're trying something like this out on a different, like not on StreamYard, but there it is, Mike Shaw TV comment. Look at that. But it was annoying to me as I was trying to watch the video, and like all the comments were
is it annoying? I can take it off. I was just kind of curious.
It's fun.
It'd be interesting.
It's also fun. There's a function for giveaways.
In StreamYard? Look at us
in StreamYard.
Cool.
I guess you tell it the keyword and it pulls everybody's name. It's cool. In StreamYard. I don't know, but
go look for Yeah, that's cool. The other one, that's kind of unobtrusive and off to the side. That's kind of cool.
I'm glad they're adding features since they doubled the price.
Sure did.
Yeah.
Well,
we're gonna-
awesome. Oh my gosh, you ladies. Thank you everybody for coming and hanging out with us. And thank you two for coming on my last minute. I thought for sure you guys were going to be like, eh. And when you said yay, I was like,
and I am
"Baby,
down.
you gotta drive faster," because we were at the mall. Yeah.
Man. Well, everybody, I am not sure when we're going to go live again, but keep your eyes peeled because I'm sure we'll talk about it. And I know that we didn't really want the show to end. It was just like Adrian was saying, it got a little overwhelming for all of us for different reasons in our lives. But we will let you know. So keep your eyes peeled. Look for those, thumbnails that pop up in YouTube. When we'll be back again. It was very nice seeing everybody. And until next time, good night, everyone.
Bye.